Hi, I'm Margaret, and this is Mechanical Drafting class. And what I want to do in this video is help you get oriented to what the class setup is going to look like. When you first open the class in Moodle, it's going to look like this. And this picture at the top illustrates many of the rules and guidelines that we're going to learn about related to how to do mechanical drawings. Over on the right side of the page, if you scroll down a bit where it says Get Help and Quick Links, I want to point out that there are links to the Student Help Desk if you're having trouble with your computer or your internet or something. Links about how to do online classes, about how to use Zoom, and so on and so forth. So take advantage of those. Then up in the left-hand corner, I don't know if you can see it over here, there's a thing that computer people call this a hamburger. It's like a stack of menus. And if you click on that, boink, this menu thingy opens up along the left. And I think that's where you check your grades and do other stuff. And if you don't want to see that, you can click the hamburger again and it closes up. All right, so there's our context, and at near the top of the page it says start here, so let's do that. Let's start here and let's just work our way down. First, we have some general information, starting with our syllabus and our syllabus schedule. So let's open those. The syllabus looks like this. This lists what the policies are for this class. It's basically our contract with each other. So here is my email address, and this is how you can communicate with me individually. If you have an individual problem, if you're struggling with AutoCAD and you'd like to set up a Zoom meeting so we can share screens with each other, this is the way to do it. And I'm happy to do that. All right, let's scroll on down. Now, it says here that this is the required text, but it's not really required. This text is fabulously expensive, I just got to tell you. And I'm going to give you everything you need to be successful in this class, including a lot of materials out of the book, materials out of some ASME standards and some other things, so you do not need this book. I put this in here so if you have some kind of financial aid that will pay for textbooks, you should get this book because it's fairly thorough. It's got some annoying stuff in it, but never mind that. It's fairly thorough, it's fairly accurate, and it's a great resource to have at work with you at your desk. A lot of people take these to their desks. So if you don't have money, you don't have to buy the book. If you have some kind of assistance with money, buy the book. Then you want some kind of simple calculator, nothing fancy, and some way of saving your drawings. I say flash drive, but you might have an external hard drive, or you might like to use the cloud or something else, but for heaven's sake, do save extra copies of all your drawings. All right, let's cruise on down here. What do I want to say? Well, I'll just say, yeah, let's keep going. I'm going to come back to the quizzes and exams when we look at the schedule. So let's cruise on down here to page, whatever this is, page 4. And I want to point out a couple things. One, here is the link to your advisor, Cheryl. It's really important that you stay in contact with her at least once a term to make sure you're doing the classes in the right order and you haven't missed anything that's not going to come around for another year and so forth. So make sure you meet with her. Then the other thing I want to emphasize is this section labeled Students with Disabilities. Now, if you have a diagnosed disability or learning difference, could be physical, could be invisible. If it's diagnosed, you can get extra assistance and accommodations from the Center for Accessible Resources. So take advantage of that. But you might have a learning difference or something else that is not formally diagnosed, but it's still affecting you. I want you to know that I take that really seriously. You should tell me what you're struggling with or what you need assistance with. I am here to help you get the best possible education you can, whatever that takes. And so just let me know. Just let me know. I was going to give you some examples. So it could be you might be on the autism spectrum, you might have dyslexia. Some people, I've had a few people who actually cannot read. You might have math anxiety. Of course, that doesn't relate to this class, but various things. Just let me know how I can help you. I'm here to help you. All right. That's the syllabus. I've skipped over some things. Make sure you read it. I want to go on and look at the syllabus schedule here. So that's this thing, MD syllabus schedule. I put it in an Excel spreadsheet just to keep it organized. So here's the way it's laid out. We have the topics that we're going to cover week by week. And here's week 1. There's the dates. We're going to talk about these things. If you want to read about it in the book, here are the pages, although as I say, you don't have to have the book. Then here on the right side are the assignments we're going to do that relate to whatever it was we did during that week. And you'll notice that some of them are quizzes, most of them are pretty short quizzes, and some of them are drawings. I want to say 2 things about that. Quizzes, you can make multiple attempts at quiz questions. So if you answer a question and you get it wrong, you can go back and try again. You can, look up and try and figure out, okay, where did I go off the rails, and try it again. I think that's a good way to learn. With the drawings, I encourage you to stay current and turn your drawings in as soon as you possibly can. Here's why. 1, you won't get behind, which really stinks. And 2, when you turn your drawing in, I will make comments and suggestions and send it back to you. Or I will make comments just right here in the Moodle assignment. And then you have a chance to fix up whatever it was and resubmit your drawing. So if you wait until the end of the term, obviously we're out of time and you can't resubmit the drawing. But if you stay up to date as you work through the term, I'll make suggestions. You can address them, resubmit your drawing, and turn it in and hopefully have a perfect drawing. And I think it's easier to get a good grade that way. I think it's also a way that we learn better. That's what you would be doing at work. All right. These say due dates, but when you look at the Moodle page, you will notice they really don't have due dates. The only due date is March 14, which is the first day of finals week. Other than that, you have the entire term to finish the quizzes and the drawings, so you can work at your own speed. And you're welcome to work ahead if you want to. If you want to get real zippy and blast through all of these in a few weeks, that is totally fine also. Let's see, what else do I want to do? All right, so let's go back to our Moodle page now. We started here, we're working our way through. Here, also under the general information, are a few things, helpful goodies about CAD. You don't have to look at them if you don't want to. Right here is your title block. This is an AutoCAD drawing. I have set it up for you ahead of time. So I have set up the layers, the line types, the dimension styles, the title block, everything you need in a standard drawing. You should use this title block when you make your drawings. Going on down, in addition to emailing me with individual questions or issues, here are the ways that we can communicate with each other more generally. First of all, there's an introduction forum, which is actually your first assignment. We'll look at that in week 1. Then news and announcements is me talking to you. I'll say something about that relates to the whole class. Questions and answers is you talking to us. So if you have a question about the class, how do we do this drawing here? This is not making sense. Post that in the questions and answers. I guarantee you somebody else is wondering that too and was afraid to say so. So you be the one to say so, and then I'll jump in and respond, and hopefully other people will jump in and respond too. All right, then here we're working our way down. The class is divided up by weeks, and if you click this down arrow, hello, if you click the, click the down arrow, the week will open up. So here's week 1. The very first thing we're going to do, Monday, we're going to have a Zoom meeting with Cheryl, our advisor, and Shamra, our co-op coordinator. And then after you do that, you will go to this introduction forum, which is up here, and you will answer one of these questions. And you have to do that by January 9. We're doing that instead of attendance so that we're sure that you really did intend to take the class and you don't get dropped accidentally. Okay, then working our way down, just start at the top and keep going. You'll run into a topic. So our first topic is an introduction and something about title blocks. Let's click on that. And here at the top, you'll find slides. If you click on one of these links, the PowerPoint slides will open up. Then over here on the side is a YouTube video where I'm talking to you about the PowerPoint slides. Now, at the bottom of the page are some navigation tools. You could click an arrow to go forward or an arrow to go back. To be honest, I never use those. I use the breadcrumbs up at the top of the page. So I might, you can see here we are, we're sitting in this topic. Here's week 1, that's where we just came from, and here's our overall class. If I click week 1, boink, I go back to week 1. Okay, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. There's one other thing I wanted to point out to you. I am going to send you, I'm going to sign you up for a Google shared drive, and I'll send you a separate email about that, but let me show you what it looks like. Here is down at the bottom of my page, I am going to click Google. Here are my shared drives, and these are drives that are shared with you. There's one here called LCC Drafting Courses. I'm going to click this triangle. I have put materials for every drafting course that we have at Lane into this folder, and you are going to have access to these right now. So here is mechanical drafting, this class. If you click on that, here's the syllabus. There's some other stuff. If I click the down arrow, here are the assignments in case you lose track of those. Here are the lectures with the PowerPoints and documents where I've put in the link to the YouTube video for each one. So the thing about this is at the end of the term, Moodle will shut down and you will no longer have access to this Moodle class, but you will still have access to all these materials in the Google shared drive. So this is a way to get to them after the end of the term. Also, I encourage you to go ahead and download materials from any of these classes that you are interested